Next, we move to item 4, is public appearances for non-agenda items and new appointments. And we have a couple of mayoral proclamations, and we will start proclaiming June 2026 as LGBTQ Pride Month in the City of Fitchburg.
Whereas the City of Fitchburg recognizes the importance of equality and freedom for all residents and values the diversity of our community, including our LGBTQ+ residents who contribute significantly to the cultural, civic, and economic vibrancy of our city. And
whereas June was chosen as National Pride Month to commemorate the 1969 protests and demonstrations in response to raids at the Stonewall Inn in New York's Greenwich Village. And
whereas Pride Month serves as a time for the LGBTQ+ people and allies to celebrate identity, visibility, resilience, and community, while also recognizing the continued work toward equity and justice. And
whereas the City of Fitchburg is committed to fostering an inclusive and welcoming environment that supports the dignity, safety, and rights of all residents, regardless of sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. And
whereas Fitchburg is strengthened by the diversity of ethnic, cultural, racial, gender, and sexual identities of its residents and business community members, all of which contribute to the character, talent, leadership, and vitality of our city. And
whereas despite decades of progress toward equality and inclusion, LGBTQ+ people, particularly transgender and non-binary individuals, and LGBTQ+ youth, continue to face discrimination, harassment, violence, barriers to health care, censorship, and efforts to restrict their civil rights and full participation in public life.
Whereas recent state and federal actions and proposals seeking to limit protections for LGBTQ+ people, including access to affirming healthcare, inclusive education, public accommodations, and legal protections, have created fear and uncertainty for many members of our community. And
whereas the City of Fitchburg believes every person deserves to live safely, openly, and authentically, and reaffirms its commitment to fostering a community where LGBTQ+ residents are respected, protected, welcomed, and empowered to thrive. And
whereas the City of Fitchburg recognizes that affirming LGBTQ+ residents strengthens the social, cultural, civic, and economic fabric of our entire community and contributes to a more just, healthy, and vibrant city for all.
So now, is it me? Now therefore be it resolved that I, Julia Arata Fratta, Mayor of the City of Fitchburg, along with the Common Council, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2026 as LGBTQ+ Pride Month in the City of Fitchburg, and encourage all residents celebrate the diversity of our community and to actively foster a culture of dignity, belonging, safety, and inclusion for LGBTQ+ residents. This is proclaimed today, June 9, 2026. So the next proclamation is honoring June 19, 2026 as Juneteenth Celebration Day.
whereas Juneteenth, observed annually on June 19th, commemorates the emancipation of enslaved African Americans in the United States and stands as a powerful celebration of freedom, resilience, liberation, and Black cultural heritage. And
whereas Juneteenth marks the day in 1865 when enslaved people in Galveston, Texas, learned of their freedom more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, reminding us that freedom and justice have not always been equally or immediately realized for all people. And
whereas Juneteenth is a time to reflect on the enduring struggles, achievements, and contributions of Black Americans whose labor, leadership, creativity, and advocacy have profoundly shaped our community, state, and nation. And
whereas the City of Fitchburg recognizes the importance of honoring and uplifting Black history as an essential part of our shared history and acknowledges the ongoing work required to advance racial equity, justice, and opportunity for all. And
whereas, despite progress made throughout our nation's history, racial inequities and systemic barriers continue to impact Black communities in areas including education, healthcare, housing, economic opportunity, public safety, and civic participation. And
whereas efforts to diminish, censor, or erase the teaching and acknowledgement of Black history and the significance of Juneteenth undermine our collective understanding of our nation's history and our responsibility to learn from it. And
whereas the City of Fitchburg remains committed to fostering a community rooted in dignity, belonging, equity, inclusion, where all residents are valued, and where the histories and experiences of historically marginalized communities are recognized and respected. And
Whereas Juneteenth provides an opportunity for all residents to come together in reflection, education, celebration, and action toward building a more just, equitable, and united community.
So now, therefore, I, Julia Arata Fratta, Mayor of the City of Fitchburg, along with the Fitchburg City Common Council, do hereby proclaim Thursday, June 19, as Juneteenth Day in Fitchburg and call upon all residents to observe this day with respect, reflection, and a renewed dedication to justice and equality. Let us acknowledge the resilience of those who have fought for freedom and affirm our shared responsibility to build a future where liberty and human rights are upheld for all. This is proclaimed today, June 9, 2026.
I just say thank you for the city again for acknowledging Juneteenth and bringing this proclamation to the city. I hope everyone can join for the flag raising that will take place on next week, Wednesday at 3:30 following the event, and come hear some more words and fellowship with some of the residents that will be in coming out to celebrate the flag raising. So thank you.